Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, today is my travel day back to Texas, and I'm actually running a little bit ahead of time right now. We decided, since we spent the night at the apartment last night, and that we had two vehicles there and only one driver, that what was going to happen is I was going to drive one of the vehicles back to my parents' house, drop it off there, and then Uber from here to the airport. That seemed to make a lot of sense, because otherwise you got to figure out how one driver can get two vehicles back to the house, because there aren't parking places for both of them. So I'm back at the house right now, and I decided, since I'm a little bit ahead of schedule, that this is probably going to be the last time I'm ever going to get to be in this house. And I grew up in this house, so I'm just going to kind of wander around the house and reminisce a little bit. And I decided to take you guys along and show you this place that I grew up in. Now, this place is a little bit of a mess right now, so you're going to have to be a little bit forgiving. But basically, this is the house I grew up in. This is the front door here. Nice entry hall here. Came through here, came back into the living room. Actually, when we moved into this house, this room in the background room here wasn't even here. We added this in the 70s, and I actually remember this was actually one of the first times that my father actually let me hold a tool in my hand, because we actually started tearing apart. You know, you had to break apart the stucco around this door here so that we could begin framing out this part of it. And, like I said, the used to just be a big sliding glass door. In fact, the sliding glass door that's here used to be in this spot. And so this used to be in the backyard here. And I remember we added this in, like I said, in about the 70s. And this kind of became our family room here. So this has been here for a long time. It actually had kind of a wood paneling in here, as you can kind of see, and it had a real dark color to it. But that was kind of the thing people did in the 70s, and a lot of wood along the ceiling and stuff like that. It turned out one of the main problems we had with this room is because this ceiling here we put in here just a few years ago, because it was just paneling on top of it, and there was no insulation in this room. So this room got really cold. So a number of years ago, my father put a layer of insulation in here and then put this paneling up to cover it. So it's a little bit better in here, but it probably still isn't as good as it should be, because I don't think there's a whole lot of insulation in the walls either. But whatever, this was our family room, and we spent a lot of time in here. And then, of course, this was the living room. This is part of the original house here. Nice wood-burning fireplace. We spent a lot of Christmas Eves around that. Kind of the formal dining room area here. And the kitchen in here. This used to be where we eat all our main meals in here. Kitchen table used to be there. That got replaced by this kind of bar thing here after we all kind of moved out. One of the issues my mom always had with this place is there's like no counter space in here. So, as you know, I do a little bit of woodworking, and I made her this thing. And this basically tripled her counter space. It's just on wheels. Right now she kind of uses it as a display shelf in here. But since it is on wheels, she can just wheel it in there when she needs extra counter space. And, that helped a lot. She really liked that. Hasn't decided yet. I don't know whether she's taken that or not, so I hope she does. Then we go down the hall here and get into the bedrooms. This room here used to be my bedroom, so this is where I grew up. Not much in here. After I moved out, my mom kind of turned it into her office. But yeah, this is where I spent my early years. Just in case you ever wondered. And then across the hall over here, this was always my dad's den, his workroom. And we still got a lot of stuff to get out of here. But we got most of the stuff out of here already. So if you see how busy it is and how crowded it is right now, you can imagine how serious it was a couple days ago when we started. So still got a lot of work to do. But a lot of memories in here. We're kind of going around. My father used to work at Northrop Grumman, and he worked on the stealth bomber, the B-2 stealth bomber. And so he's got a lot of really cool stealth bomber memorabilia. So I've been kind of going around saying, yeah, I want stuff like this, you know. There's another really cool one over here that he got when he retired. And, you know, needless to say, I want that one too. But that's going to be really cool. This is a really old cuckoo clock that came, I believe, from my my mom's side of the family. Beautiful thing when it works, and guess who wants that? A lot of stuff, you know. My sister and I are basically just kind of given the option of picking out the stuff that we want in here. And since we have really different tastes, there isn't going to be a lot of conflict on that. She wants more of the things that are my mom's, and I want more of the stuff that was my dad's. So this was my parents' master bedroom here, and the master bath. One of the things they're going to have to do, my mom's been in a walker for a while, and she's really kind of beat up some of the baseboards in here, so before they sell this place they're going to have to do a little bit of work in here. And then this was my sister's room in here, and once my sister moved out, this became my mom's TV room, so she spent most of her time in here. There's that ceiling fan you saw me install in one of my vlogs last summer. That's gonna stay. And then we have the guest bathroom in here. Hi everyone. Like I said, this is a lot just to, you know, kind of show you, but also to, you know, for me, for my memories, because this is going to be, you know, this is probably going to be the last time I'm ever going to be in this house. So, you know, it's just a chance for me to kind of walk around and see the place one last time and have something to be able to go back and remember all the things that that happened here over the years. You know, this is the garage out here. I've already kind of locked it up a little bit, but you know, still a bunch of stuff out here to see. This is another collection of things that I've decided I want, you know, some of my dad's tools and stuff like that. So I kind of came through here yesterday and cleaned all that stuff out, figured out what it was I wanted in here. We still got a lot of work to do in here, but I think what's going to go on, I think I mentioned that my brother-in-law wants to create toolkits for his son and daughter, my nephew and niece. And so, you know, they're going to go through my dad's tools and pick out the stuff they want. I'm really kind of staying away from this kind of stuff because I have all this stuff, and you know, so I'm willing to kind of let my nephew and niece get the best of this stuff. But yeah, you can see my dad had a pretty impressive tool collection. Like I said, rivals mine. We actually found a couple of old tool chests here that my father bought and never actually used, so I think that's where the tools are going to go for my nephew and niece. And he's got all the Christmas decorations up here. He really kind of got it all worked out here so he could do this really simply. What he did is he just got big chunks of conduit, wrapped everything around here, and this is all one piece here, and you can just basically put it up there, get all the lights strung in like one quick session here. And there were like, you know, 7 or 8 pieces of this. And you know, when I was here in December, I put all this stuff up, and it actually goes up really easy. That's kind of a slick way of doing it, I gotta admit. But anyway, yeah, that's the house I grew up in. Let's actually run out in the backyard just for one last time here. Kind of go through here. This was kind of the side yard. We used to, I took some of the stuff that the, you know, the gardening stuff, and we're going to donate to the people that take care of the yard. So that's what this is here. Got the neighbor dog out there making a lot of racket. We put this thing in here to keep Flash from getting out of here, because Flash kind of lives back here right now. Oops, sounds like my cell phone's ringing. It's probably the airline alerting me, reminding me of a flight this morning. But this is the backyard. Like I said, this is that room that we added on that we were inside before. So it used to, just the house used to just kind of go to here and just go straight across. And then we added on this room, and my dad put the patio cover in. And yeah, a lot of good memories back here. Spent a lot of time back here. My mom was telling me that these flowers here that she put in, she's been actually trying to pull them out. So she was actually surprised that they're blooming again, because she thought she'd killed it all. But yeah, that's really kind of pretty, right? They're in full bloom right now, and that'll look nice when they try and sell the house. And then we kind of come back here around the back side of the house. This is just kind of a storage area. Trash cans and some of the summer stuff that lives in here. And of course, this is Flash's house. This will probably be the only time you'll get to see Flash this time. And there she is, still kind of doing her thing, hibernating. I checked her on her a few days ago. She's doing fine. Beth's going to come over and probably tomorrow and pick her up, bring her over to live with her for a while until she's ready to come and live with me. But yeah, here we go. That's it. This is the rest of the house. Give you a little insight as to who we are, who I am, right? All right, so we are back home, and boy did these two miss me. Yeah, they were back down being real affectionate last night, and even Bite's a little bit clingy this morning. He's been following me around, but now he's kind of up, just kind of content hanging out with his sister. So, like I said, I got home last night about 7 o'clock, got some more information from my sister who's still in California. She's driving home tomorrow, I believe. Or no, I'm sorry, she's driving home today. And basically they went and visited my father. My father continues to improve. He's a little bit more responsive. He's still got the breathing tube in, but he was kind of awake and kind of responding to them when they would talk to him. He's still a little bit out of it. We think what's part of that might be the fact that as they've been sedating him for the last few days, they haven't been giving him his lactulose, which is the thing that kind of helps control his ammonia level. So he's still maybe a little bit out of it because his ammonia levels are kind of high. But he does continue to improve. My sister said that they didn't really spend a whole lot of time working on the apartment yesterday, because yesterday was really kind of all about my dad. So he continues to make progress and is doing better. And the doctors are encouraged by what they're seeing, and he continues to improve. So we're grateful that that's happening, and we are grateful beyond words for your prayers and your support and your thoughts for our family during this tough time. And we ask that they continue. And I think that's really all I have to talk about today. So thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.